What is up, guys? It is Pup, your coach of the Green Bay Drilburs, and today we have week 4 of the PWC. Today we're taking on Hypers, and it's going to be a great matchup, so please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button before we get into it. If you guys want to skip straight to the battle, there should be a timestamp on the screen right now. Just flip to that, but I would really recommend watching this just to get, a little better sense of what I'm bringing to the battle. We'll go over the teams really quick. I'll put them on screen. Got my Terra Captain Cryogonal, it's got to come. Have Meowscarada, Enam, Volcarona, Gliscor, Glamora, Empoleon, Dragalge, Girder, Spiritomb, and Charjabug, while Hypers, their Terra Captain is the Galar-Articuno. Then they also have Terrakion, Greninja, Crocodile, Scizor, Screamtail, Serena, Hisui Quillfish, Diancie, Arboliva, and the Alolan Persian. So they definitely have a scary team. They could honestly bring, I would say, like, every single Pokemon probably comes. I don't think Arboliva is the best bring into me, but it could still work. That's the one Pokemon that I really don't see them bringing. I don't think that Persian comes as well, even though, it doesn't match up horribly into my team. It could definitely be there, but I feel like my team is definitely pretty good into that. But with their next Pokemon, obviously they have to bring the Articuno, but they could really bring anything. I think some locks are Greninja has to come. I feel like Scizor probably has to come, and I think that the Hisui Quillfish also has to come, which sounds a little bit interesting, but I feel like it has to be there to absorb some toxic spikes. It's also just really good into a couple of the members of my team, like Meowscarada can't really touch it too well, and Girder can't, pretty much gets walled by that thing. So I feel like that is a definite bring. Serena is also probably pretty good for my hazards because I have a lot of hazard options. And then I see like a lead, maybe Scarf, Crocodile coming to this game as well. But they could easily bring Screamtail, Diancie, or Terrakion as well. But let's go right over what I'm bringing. So we're going to start off with our Terra Captain and Team Captain Cryogonal. With Terra Fire this week, rocking the heavy duty boots so we don't take any hazards. And we have Ice Beam, Flash Cannon, Terra Blast, and Frost Breath. Ice Beam just hits their team incredibly hard. We have Flash Cannon as well to hit like Diancie and Screamtail. It also hits the Terrakion, I guess. We have Terra Blast Fire, which absolutely destroys the Scizor, does massive damage into the Arboliva and the Serena as well. And then Frost Breath is there into the setup variants of like Screamtail or the Galar-Articuno, because those could be really annoying, and Frost Breath will always crit. If you notice on this thing, we are super duper weak to Greninja. I mean, I don't really want to stay in on a Greninja ever anyways, except for if we haven't Terra, then we're actually in a decent spot against them. We can eat a couple Dark Pulses, but we don't really have much damage against them. We can just throw off neutral Terra Blast, which would probably be our best option in that case. We have enough speed to outspeed the Galar-Articuno at max, and then we have a lot of special attack and HP. In the second slot, we've got Meowscarada, another heavy duty boots Pokemon on my team. I really don't want to take any hazards. This thing has Flower Trick, Knockoff, U-Turn, and Shadow Claw on Protean. I'm going to make sure I outspeed the Greninja, as that's the fastest thing on their team. If they bring Scarf, I feel like I can deal with it pretty well with some of the other Pokemon on my team. But we have max attack on this thing. And then Flower Trick just really hits their team super duper hard. Shadow Claw is pretty good into that Screamtail. And then we just knock off everything and U-turn and pretty much just have a field day moving around with Meowscarada, pivoting in between my couple bulky Pokemon, maybe getting into a sweeper every once in a while. We'll see what happens with this thing. Next up, we have one of those sweepers. That's going to be our Volcarona. We're rocking a Quiver Dance set this week with max special attack, on Modest Nature, and a lot of speed. I am being completely honest, I didn't actually go super duper speed creepy on this one. I mean, it's going to be a good spot where I'm going to hit Galar-Articuno if it's not rocking a Timid Nature. I'm hit Crocodile if it's not rocking a Jolly Nature. I'm going to hit Quillfish no matter what kind of set they have. But at +1, we just want to be as fast as possible. We want to make sure we click Quiver Dance once or twice and we're able to sweep their entire team. And with the coverage of Fire Dance, Giga Drain, and Bug Buzz, we hit pretty much every single thing on their team for super effective or just like neutral stab damage, which is still really powerful coming from this thing. So that's pretty good. We have the heavy duty boots, obviously not to take rocks, and then flame body, just in case we get hit by something on the physical side, you know, potentially like a U-turn from Scizor or like bullet punch, burn that thing. That would be great for us. Next up, we've got Gliscor, rocking a Toxic Orb with Poison Heal set. Just rocking Earthquake, Toxic, U-Turn, Protect. I thought this was really good into their team. They don't have any really good switch-ins. The best thing that they have is like Terra Steel or Terra Poison on the Articuno to not get Toxic, but they just get hit by Earthquake at that point. They also have Scizor, but that really doesn't want to like deal damage to us and take hits in return because we're max defense. We're not going to take anything, and Scizor is going to get chipped down eventually. Now, maybe they want to try Arboliva into this thing, you know, Leech Seed me, a Giga Drain, be annoying like that, but if we get Toxic on that thing, it should be easy pickings anyways. We also have a little bit of speed investment on here, which is going to be pretty nice to outspeed a Serena that's not like a boosting nature. So we can always get Toxic off on that thing, or mostly just U-turn out before it'll hit us with a triple axle. In the 5, we've got Empoleon, rocking max special defense with leftovers, Roost, Flip Turn, Haze, and Surf. This thing deals with their Greninja. Even a Choice Specs Greninja can barely 3-shot us. Like, it's a roll, even if they're like modest. So, I mean, we're pretty good into that. The Articuno can't really set up on us because we just haze them. Screamtail, they have the, whatchamacallit, they have Encore, so they probably could, but we have other good answers into that. I think Gliscor is pretty good being able to Toxic that thing. At the very least, just being able to Earthquake right through it is pretty good. And yeah, I mean, if we get hit with a decrease in our stats, then competitive will boost our special attack by 2 stages, and Surf is going to hit super duper hard into every single member of their team. Even like base, we 2-shot like the Alolan Persian. We're hitting obviously like Terrakion, Crocodile, Diancie, we're hitting them decently hard. Scizor definitely doesn't want to take it either. We also have just a little bit of speed on this thing, just in case I get sped crept by that Diancie. I could definitely see that trying to come up and outspeed me to hit me with a very strong earth power, but got a little bit of speed investment so we can try to flip turn out or just surf that thing down depending on its HP. And then last up, the one Pokemon that can actually pretty much get hit by any hazards on this team is Enamorous, rocking a Babiri Berry. That means we can always take a Choice Banded Bullet Punch from Scizor. It'll do anywhere from like 75 to 85-ish%. That's just off the top of my head though. We also have Moonblast, Mystical Fire, Earth Power, and Sludge Bomb, which is just great coverage into their team. I can definitely bluff a Choice Scarf on this thing, which will maybe make them think once or twice about going into the Greninja. And these sets, I mean, these moves really just destroy a lot of Pokemon on their team. Moonblast obviously hits for great stab, but destroys Terrakion, destroys Crocodile, does great damage into Quillfish, destroys like the Greninja and Persian as well. Mystical Fire is there pretty much just for the Scizor, but it also hits Serena pretty well. Earth Power hits the Quillfish. It's a pretty good neutral option into their team, as everything except for the Articuno gets hit by that. And then Sludge Bomb is there for that Screamtail. And we have enough HP. We have enough speed to outspeed that Galarian Articuno, and then max special attack with a decent amount of HP. Actually, with this HP, Choice Banded Scizor probably doesn't even do that much. You know, let me calculate really quick. Let me put Scizor in here. How much is that Bullet Punch doing? Oh, no, that's right. So it's definitely gonna do a lot, but I mean, we'll always be able to live one. We have a roll to live it after rocks. I mean, it's gonna be real close, but we have a roll just to keep this thing healthy, and we should be able to destroy their team. That's about it for my prep here, and I'll see you guys over in the battle. We are connected here to Hypers. Let's see what they end up bringing. And they brought the Arboliva. They did bring the Tarak as well. No Screamtail, which I like, and no Quillfish. Okay. So those two I was a little bit like less thinking about coming. So we got Tarak. Move him over there, and then our Balava. Alright, what really looks the best in this game? I'm not 100% sure, like, Bubblegum kind of just goes crazy. Could also just lead with the Meowscarada. Even with this guy, like, it kind of goes crazy. Especially if they lead, like, Crook or something. I do think Crook is like a likely lead. You know what? If they're gonna lead Crook, I might as well lead with Meowscarada. I think that's pretty fair. Good luck, have fun to our opponent. I'm gonna make sure I get up my calcs over here because I just put them away. Ah, this music is so good. I have played it on like the last 3 or 4, but it's just so good. I do end up leading with Gren, which is scary. But Empoleon is like our always switch in. Like, that's what we're gonna do every single time. Alright, let me get this imported into calcs. I wonder what they go for here. It could just be like a U-turn. It could also just be like spike setting, which would make a lot of sense. I'm not sure if they're Battle Bond or Protean. I'm not sure if Battle Bond is banned. They just go Emp. And they double. Okay. Good play by them. There you go, Tarak. Mr. Steel. That is Scizor. Choice Band in close combat obviously destroys us. Yeah, so that's tough. The nice thing is, I think that I like eat a hit with Volcarona easily and can get Flame Body. I mean, they could just go for knockoff, which would be nasty. You know, maybe I do predict them to just go for knockoff. And I really don't want anything else in my team to take that. And my Volcarona can be so good in the endgame. I'm just gonna flip turn. He U-turns, okay. And that does 105 with their U-turn into Empoleon. That looks like it's choice banded to me. So that's a good to note that they're choice banded. Let me get this written down. I always forget. I always say stupid stuff. Scizor banded. Selected 105. That's a min roll for choice band. If they're adamant. If they're jolly. If they're jolly, it's like right in there. They go Arbalava. Okay, we get to see if this is Seed Sower or Harvest. It is Seed Sower. Okay. Seed Sower. I mean, I can either go, like, I can go to my Cryogonal. I'm guessing this is defensive based on how that did literally nothing. But I can go Cryogonal. And just like click Ice Beam, which is really good. I can also click like Terra Blast Fire. It can't really do too much back to me. I don't touch Greninja with that thing at all. I could also just like go Volcarona and threaten them with a Bug Buzz, or just set up a Quiver Dance in their face. I feel like that is probably just a little bit better. So if I get to +1, they don't really like have that much into me, except for like a Terrakion. Choice Scarf Terrakion would outspeed at that point. I could predict the Tarak to come out right here and click Giga Drain. I think I'm going to Giga Drain here. I think that's a good play. Oh, wow, they really stay in. Are they just going to Encore? No, they're just Earth Power. All right. So, Earth Power. Honestly, I really want to do it again. But I could just knock this thing out with Bug Buzz. Or even Fiery Dance at this point. Fiery Dance is going to do a lot. Like if they're max HP, can do 75 to 90. They're probably at about 90 right now. Bug Buzz should be like a guaranteed KO. I'm gonna Bug Buzz. They just stay in. And it goes down. Okay. That's fine by me. They probably just gonna bring in Tarak. Now, Terrakion would be super duper scary to come in and just like click Swords Dance. If they end up being a Swords Dance set. And like they're +2. I should be able to eat hits with my Gliscor. Especially like Toxic or Protect. We should be fine. I don't think it gets anything to hit me. Let's see. They just Rock Slide. And it does 113. It's Life Orb. And that's got to be Adamant. Am I right that that did 113? Yeah. That doesn't even seem right. Oh, I don't even have the Life Orb in here. Life Orb. Let's see if Jolly can do that damage. Yeah, I can. So, Tarak. Life Orb. Rock. Slide. I can just get a free U-turn off or a Toxic. I think I just U-turn. Actually. No, I'm gonna Toxic. If they want to stay in, that's fine. They do. We don't die to another one. I get the Toxic off. And they're just chipping me down. Now, they could go Gren here on this, like, pretty obvious Protect. Now, if I get this play wrong, then it's obviously really bad. There goes the Grass. Like, if they hit me down to, like, 50 health, that's really bad. But I think Gren is so obvious here. They don't do it. I'm just over-predicting, man. Alright. Now, what do we go out to? I think just Meowscarada is super free. Maybe it was a little bit much to have 3 heavy-duty boot users when they haven't set up hazards yet, but oh well. We're just gonna click Flower Trick, take this thing out. Even if they go into like Scizor, it's not the end of the world. It'll take like a not horrible chunk and I can U-turn out. Bullet Punch will never knock me out. It's a quick attack, okay. And we just take it out with Flower Trick. So, I mean, that didn't go the best. Yeah. Oh well, I mean, nothing we can do about it anymore. We're taken down a little bit. What is this? We're at like, what, 203 or something? They should just bring in Scizor and click Bullet Punch. I think that would probably be the best play. They do bring in Mr. Steel. U-turn's also a great play here. Yeah, we're at 69%, we always die. I think I'm gonna go Volcarona. And it's bait for Flame Body. If they U-turn, it's a great play and they can go out to Gren. I'm definitely like playing with fire here. Around the Gren, that's probably Battle Bond. They do U-turn. That's a shitload. I get the Flame Body. Awesome, awesome. So that thing is now burned. We're in a great spot with that then. Now obviously they can just bring in the Greninja. And they probably double if they do. Also unsure on what this Articuno set is. And I let a lot of my stuff get very, very hurt, so I'm not in the best spot. I really should just taken out the Terrakion with Earthquake instead of over-predicting. They do go Gren. They could easily double, but I've been over-predicting a lot anyways. So I'm just gonna switch Hard Out. If they're like Dark Pulse, it's not gonna do like the most. They Water Shuriken, okay. And they're Protean, okay. And that does absolutely nothing. It's 4 hits. Could be loaded dice, I doubt it. And now I have a couple of options here. Because I can either flip turn or I could roost. If they go Crook, it would obviously be better to flip turn or even Surf. Surf does a lot. But I think it's just better to roost. Now that Scissor's burned, I'm in a pretty decent spot. If they go Hard Crook, it's a good play. And from full, an Adamant Crit could knock me out. They get a crit, but I get the roost off. So not choiced. I think I just flip turn out here. As they're just gonna U-turn. Okay, so they're Shuriken, U-turn, and Dark Pulse. Crook would be great here. Taihansi? Okay, that is the Crook. Awesome. We do about like half. We do a lot. It looks very offensive to me. Now I could just go out into my Gliscor and click Protect. But I think he's knocking me out with knockoff anyways. A Gunk Shot into my Enam would take me out as well. What does he do into my Cryogonal? If he's CC, it just knocks me out. If I Terra Fire, I should be living unless they're like some sort of rock move. I think I will go out to this guy. I'm thinking about doubling back into my Gliscor, see what they lock themselves into, if they're choiced. I do think that that's the best play. So I'm gonna double back out. They click that really fast. Let's see. Let's just Rock Slide. They have to be Scarfed. Yeah, they're Moxie. Okay, I kind of forgot about Moxie. So if they're Scarfed Rock Slide, So they're gonna be +1 into my Masquerada. It cannot kill me. And it could just be best to knock them off here. Or, I mean, I could just click U-turn, which would knock them out. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for U-turn. They are scarfed. Okay. Let me get the U-turn off. This should knock them out. Bang. There goes that thing. Huge threat gone. At this point, I am feeling a lot better. Obviously, I'm in water shuriken range. If I go into my my Empoleon versus Scizor, the choice band that is burned. Close combat is doing a lot to me. I think I just go Enam. Because Bullet Punch is going to do nothing. They could be Ice Beam as their last move on Gren. Although, I feel like it would be better to have a water move. They go Mr. Steel. Now, I'm Babiri. I'm going to eat this all day, and Mystical Fire should easily take them out. Yep, eat the Babiri. And it does a lot still, but not too much. Mystical Fire should knock him out. There it goes. But we are not out of this yet. Like, we are in a tough spot still. That Articuno is scary. I think that Empoleon should be able to win the game. But, I mean, obviously Articuno is super scary. So if they're like some sort of stored power set, versus us, like versus this Enam, we have a pretty decent chance at 2-hit KO. I think I'm just gonna go for Moonblast here, scout out what kind of terror they are. If they click Agility or click Calm Mind, then I can just go out to my Empoleon. We're gonna see the Terra. Come on, be something not too bad. Come on. They Terra Steel. Okay. So, I mean, that's annoying. I thought about clicking Mystical Fire. Just get a Moonblast, which does what I would think. They do Agility. Okay. But now I'm pretty sure they have no way to touch Empoleon. They're +2 speed. They could also be Weakness Policy, which is scary. But I don't think they get anything for me. Let's see, they Calm Mind. So yeah, obviously very scary. Now it could be Roar, but I'm just Haze here. I think that should seal it. I don't think there's anything that they can do. Unless I'm like severely missing something. Articuno Galar. They just Calm Mine again. Okay. So now they're hazed. And yeah, we should just be fine at this point. There's nothing they can do to us. We should just be able to click Surf a million times and win. They literally just don't have the damage. The only way that they could win is like flinching me a million times with Dark Pulse on the Greninja. They just Agility up. They literally don't have anything that can hit me. Yeah, we do so much with Surf anyways. I'm just gonna click it here. We might knock them out. Not 100% sure based on that damage. They just stored power. It's gonna do literally nothing. Yeah, not even 50 damage. They do end up living. So they can get one more small hit off on me, but it doesn't matter. The Empoleon's just going to win the game here. And yeah, this is super clutch. I was worried, like, if they were maybe like Terra Electric with Terra Blast or like Terra Ground, it could have been really bad. The nice thing is though, like, I still would have been able to get a haze off, even if they're like +1. Like, say they're Terra Ground into me, like +1 Terra Blast never knocks out this guy, so I just spam haze until I die, and then I could probably just go into my Cryogonal, which would just knock that thing out. So I was pretty safe anyways. Terra Electric would have been worse than like Terra Ground, but I was still fine. They're just gonna Dark Pulse, go for the flinches. That's their only win con. That did a good amount of damage, to be completely honest. But my Surf does 50. Another one might just knock this thing out. Greninja. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for another. They Dark Pulse. We will live another one. No flinches, which is really nice. I would just take him out. So we get a nice 5-0, which is great. We are sitting in a really, really good spot. So good game, Typers. It just wasn't enough on their team to deal with the Empoleon once that Terrakion went down. Of course, the burn on Scizor was quite unfortunate for them. But I mean, I still beat it with my other stuff on my team anyways. It would have been nice to keep it around for like close combat into my Empoleon, but you know, in the back I still have my Cryogonal, which does really good into those last 2 mons at the very, very least. So yeah, that was a really, really good game. Happy with how we played. Hopefully we can continue this momentum into the next week's battle. And yeah, that's about it for me. See you guys in that battle. Peace out.